I'm John Sadler from Sadler Sports Insurance, and I appreciate the opportunity to address your Dixie State meeting today by way of this short video. First, I'd like to give you a brief tour of our website where you can get complete information and services. Go to www.sadlersports.com and click on the links to Dixie Youth, Dixie Boys, or Dixie Softball. I'm going to click on the link for Dixie Youth for the demo, but the web pages for all three programs are very similar in terms of navigation, content, and services. Here's the Dixie Youth web page. Notice that the limits and the rates for accident and general liability and directors and officers liability, crime and equipment can be found here. If you want a complete description of coverage for each policy, you can click on this link here for Get a Detailed Coverage Description, and it will tell you all that you need to know. Also, if you want to apply online, you can click on this link here where you can get a quote, apply, make payment, and immediately print off your proof of coverage documents in real time. 80% of our clients apply online because they want instant service on a 24/7 basis. The other 20% come over here and click on Print Application and complete the PDF form and mail, scan, and email or fax the application and check to us. Coverage is effective immediately upon receipt at our office. However, it takes us up to 10 business days to issue your proof of coverage documents and to email them back to you. Once you get your email, whether you apply online or through print application, you're going to want to save the email because it has important links that you'll need to print copies of your coverage documents, add delete team forms, and claim forms. It also includes a link where you can self-issue new certificates of insurance for new field owners at any time. In addition, it includes the password to access our special risk management section, which you can find the link right here. Here's our risk management page. The left-hand side is available to anyone and has a number of important articles and forms and programs on injury prevention and lawsuit protection. The right-hand side is password protected and available exclusively to our current clients and has our best and latest training videos on general safety at the ballpark and sex abuse molestation, as well as Word doc templates on risk management programs that you can adopt, where we've already done 95% of the work for you, and all you have to do is fill in a few blanks. Once again, you get your password in your coverage verification email, or you can call our office. And now for a brief overview of the 2013 insurance changes. Under the accident policy, there are no rate changes for youth, boys, or softball. The pricing for each one of these programs is fine-tuned each year based on each program's own loss history. Under the general liability policy, there will be a 4% rate increase, which is consistent with overall market trends for commercial insurance. Under the directors and officers liability, crime, and equipment policies, there will be no rate change. The only coverage change is that we were able to negotiate enhancements to the directors and officers liability policy. Security events coverage has a sublimit of $7,500 and comes into play when a hacker breaks into your website or server database and steals confidential information such as bank account numbers or credit card numbers. The policy limit is $7,500 to pay for client notification expenses and credit monitoring that may be required by an administrative agency. Electronic statements liability has a sublimit of $100,000 and pays for lawsuits alleging libel or invasion of privacy resulting from content on your website or in your social media such as Facebook or Twitter. Coaches Professional Liability provides legal defense coverage for those crazy lawsuits where a parent may sue a coach for improper coaching instruction or failure to play that allegedly results in loss of a college scholarship or loss of a professional career. The only way to get these new coverages is to purchase a directors and officers liability policy. And remember, just as a reminder, fall ball coverage is now automatically included under the accident and general liability for no additional charge. Here's a new section that we added for insurance requirements for tournament teams and tournament hosts. The Dixie Youth Rulebook has always required tournament teams to provide proof of accident and general liability. Effective for 2012, this requirement was extended to tournament hosts of officially sanctioned sub-district, district, state, and World Series tournaments. We've provided some instructions and checklists here to assist the Tournament Credentials Committee and other Dixie Youth officials in verifying that the proper insurance is in force. The important thing to remember here is that if you purchase from the endorsed insurance program, you won't have any problems with compliance, and it will also make it a lot easier to verify your coverage prior to the tournament. By the way, Dixie Boys and Dixie Softball have an almost identical tournament team insurance requirement in their rule books, and Dixie Boys also requires tournament hosts to provide proof of insurance as well. As a result of the media publicity over the Sandusky incidents at Penn State, sports insurance carriers are worried that more people will start coming forward and filing lawsuits. There are now 3 requirements that you must comply with to get the $2 million sex abuse and molestation coverage, which is part of our general liability policy. Number 1, have a system in place to run background checks on all paid and volunteer staff. Number 2, implement written policies and procedures to make an incident less likely to occur, such as the use of a buddy system where a single child is never alone with a single unrelated adult, and a prohibition of overnight sleepovers. And number 3, have a written allegation response plan with a requirement that all allegations must be reported to law enforcement. In the past, only number 1 was required, but starting in 2013, numbers 2 and 3 are also required. Otherwise, your coverage for sex abuse and molestation will be voided in the event of an incident. Quite frankly, numbers 2 and 3 do a lot more to protect your kids than number 1, even though number 1 is required under law to show that you've done your minimum due diligence. The risk management section of our website includes some excellent sources of criminal background check vendors, ranging from the least expensive to the most expensive, depending on the level of services provided. If you're worried about how you're going to comply with numbers 2 and 3, don't be. We provide a 1-page document that takes care of these requirements. This 1-page document is included in our application, or you can print it from the risk management section of our website. Here's a 1-page document. It's called Sex Abuse Molestation Risk Management Program, short form. All you have to do is to formally adopt this program and implement it. You distribute it to all of your administrators and staff, and it satisfies your notification and education requirements for the insurance coverage. If you have any questions, please call us at 800-622-7370 or visit our website. Thanks for your time today, and we very much appreciate your business and support.